We are on page 590, lesson 10.2, problem 1. What's a community center? We might not have that many out this direction. It's like the town hall, maybe, but it's a little bit more than that.
Like where you do community hours?
Maybe you do community hours, but what are they talking about? What does it look like from just looking at this survey is going on at this community center? Sort of like a gym that has maybe movies certain days, places people can go and hang out, and there's things going on. So we don't have that for most of you around here, but you can imagine it's like a gym, or if you know Petaluma, it's like Lucchese Center. Okay, teams maybe meet there, or groups meet there, and then sometimes they have special events like classes or meetings. Okay, so this guy is director of the community center, and he's kind of polling people about the activities they like. Okay, so we have some categorical data. Categorical because even though we're counting, what we're really counting is things that are not related to each other. Sports, movies, reading, they're separate categories of things that may or may not have anything to do with each other. And what are the other categories here? We have groups that we're looking at it for. What do you see? Ages. So different ages may like things at different amounts. Also, you can think about a community center. Who would be using a community center right now? 9:20.
Rats.
What? Rats?
Maybe they live in
Yeah, could be the rats are there, but what kind of humans might be going in the morning to a community center?
meetings.
Meetings of what kind of people?
Old people.
Old people. Okay, probably like senior citizens going and doing a little something to get out of the room, learn how to water paint, I don't know, get together and do some exercise. All right, so the community center might be used by different things, by different people at different times of the day. What time of the day would people like you most likely be at the community center? After school sports. Okay, maybe an occasional night thing, but a lot of times teen community centers are a place to go after school. Maybe they have a place to sit down and do your homework, games to play, some supervision, a place to hang out. Yes?
A lot of times community centers have like their own like hospitals, like where old people live, they have like their own community center.
Yes. Okay, so if people are in residential care, meaning they're kind of a group of older people all living in one spot, and they maybe have nurses there, meals and stuff. They a lot of times have their own community center. Okay, so this one is a multi-age one, but we're just kind of thinking about what it is because it is different out here. We've seen this kind of table. Number 1, complete the frequency marginal distribution for the given data. Margin, where's the margin at? Totals. Margins are along the edges of something. They want us to do totals. Right now at your table, total things up.
30. 25.
Mark your totals down, please.
37. 49. 82. 32.
Okay, total both directions. Double check that they both come out to a grand total in the corner. All right. Okay. So first we all kind of did the totals one direction, another direction. But remember here, this grand total is what you get, and it should be the same. If we add all these numbers up, it should match if we add all these numbers up, if you did your math right. So I kind of wrote mine off to the side to double check. Yep, if I total these numbers down, it's 280, and if I total these numbers across, it's 280. So that 280 is the number of people surveyed, and they got split up into a lot of categories based on what they like and based on how old they are. While raw data, somebody to read for us.
While the raw data provides some information, it is often more efficient to use percent when analyzing data. The relative frequencies of each data entry can provide that information. Representing the relative frequency for joint data displayed in a two-way table is called a relative frequency distribution. The relative frequency distribution provides the ratio of occurrences in each category to the total number of occurrences. Displaying the relative frequencies for the rows or columns is called a relative frequency marginal distribution. The relative frequency marginal distribution provides the ratio of total occurrences for each category to the total number of items.
Okay, so nice to have help, huh, Martine? Here we go. Take a look at the top table before we go down. Next to it or beside it somewhere, write marginal. Its full name is Frequency Marginal Distribution Table, but one thing about this table, it sets it apart, is it has these totals. Okay, we did a very small table before that just had these numbers but didn't total things. So the marginal table goes ahead and adds this total column to the end sides. But take a look at this. 80, 110, 90. What do those numbers tell you? 80, 110, 90. What is that?
Total number of people who are doing it.
Total number of people who are doing it, are they the same? Or are they even? Who do they have the most of?
College students. No, not college students.
19 through 50. Memo, who do they have the least of?
Sports.
You need to pay attention. I've got a seat right here that might be yours, all right? Okay, Memo, look at these numbers. 80, 110, 90. What's the smallest number?
80.
And that is what age of people?
Students age 18 years older than.
Okay, so when that guy did his survey, he got more people that are in this middle age group than he did the older people or the young people. So if you look at the data just as it is, it might be skewed to the direction of the middle-agers. And it might make it so that what the teens want, we don't see as much of. When you're looking at raw data, how many you have of each category can sway things. That's why this next kind of table is even better. It's a percent. So this table down below, write relative next to it. What relative means is they've done some sort of ratio that helps show it in proportion. Some sort of ratio that softens the effect of one category having more people than the other categories. All right? So marginal has the totals, relative is going to be a percent. Here's how you do the percent. You're going to look at each individual box up at the top page and look at it in reference to the grand total, to that 280. So maybe I need this a little smaller for a minute. I'm going to go up here first to sports. The first number up here is a 20. I'm going to take that 20 and divide it. I'm looking at it as a ratio compared to the grand total. This box over here is going to be important. We're going to use that over and over. So whenever I do a percent, I take that top number, 20, I divide it by the bottom number, and it comes up this decimal, 0.0714. Times that by 100. That is 7.14%. Movies. Oscar, how am I going to set up the ratio for movies?
You put the number.
Which number? Movies. 30. What am I going to put it over? But what's the number on the bottom of this ratio? Just like this one. Total 280. Clear. So 30 divided by 280. I get a decimally thing. What do I do with that decimal?
By 100.
Times by 100, so it's going to be 10.7. When you're looking for a percent, you go ahead, do the divide, whatever that number is, divide by the total, then times it by 100. All right? Go ahead, fill in the rest of the boxes. You'll need the numbers from the top of the page. Every single time you're using that 280 on the bottom. I'm going to walk around and make sure that you're getting this. There are way more calculators today. There's probably enough for everybody.
What's sticker? Oh, those.
You're stop being stupid.
I thought you went.
Hey.
I thought you went to go plant a tree. You got a sticker.
Oh, not that kind of sticker. Memo, do you need a calculator? You know what? I'll get it for you. You want to get it.
I'm just messing around.
Take a little walk. You mind your own business. Mr. I'll have you two together.
Because I don't want to be there.
Go get a calculator, Mr. Bernal. Plenty of calculators today. What? I assume they do. Wait, no. This way. It's right here. You take 8. Some of you know how to do that. That you know how to. Totals also. Every single box.
Hey, Guillermo, where are you? I can't see you. I'm ready. Oh, there you are. Stop talking to me. I'm doing my
Push
best.
enter. Yeah, type 700. Same thing over and over.
Guillermo, just scoot.
Wait, 280. Every time you're using this total. That's the number of people surveyed. Yes,
Jacks are
yes.
done.
Hey bro, where are you going?
How's it going? Yeah, totals also. Yes, please.